Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the end for a special announcement. Now, today I will be talking about how a foreigner can get a job at a Japanese convenience store. And if you guys do not know, I work at a Familymart, which is a convenience store in Japan. And I will tell you guys how a foreigner can get a job at a convenience store and just some tips and some things that I would recommend you knowing before you guys start working or start to apply for the convenience stores. Now, without further ado, let's get on to the video. So, I think the first thing that I have to talk about is the entry, how much Japanese you have to know. Now, you have to know like basic Japanese. Like, you have to be able to have a conversation with people, and basically if a customer comes and asks you for something and you don't know what they're saying, that is going to create a problem. So you want to know enough Japanese that you can have a full-on conversation with people and basically understand what that is. Another thing that I feel like you require to know is you have to know when you want to work, what days you want to work, the times. I think it's more likely to, if you have a set in stone time, they'll be like, okay, this person can only work from here to here. So, I think we should start to talk about basically what I do at Familymart as a worker. So when you go into Familymart, when you first start, I don't know if this is all Familymarts or just mine personally, but they will give you a pen that you will use throughout the entire work, so you can write stuff down and do stuff like that. Now, this is the notebook that they gave me, and basically I will write stuff down that I've learned for that day, just in case I need to memorize anything. Now, my boss lets me write everything down in English so I can read it better. And so also, another thing that I really like about Familymart is online, or you can ask your boss or your manager for this. I feel like this is another good thing that foreigners should know when they're going into Familymart. They have these manuals that basically say the rules and basically how to work at Familymart in your country. So this is the English version, but it basically just says, it has like the rules and how to be cheerful with a smile, like how to say irashaimase and things like that, and basically the Japanese culture is this. And then I also have an operation manual, basically it has what the screen looks like, in all in English. And so they should also give you this if you ask. They should give you this, and this is just the in-store rules. And this is in Japanese, but there's a lot of pictures, so it's easier to understand. So this is what I got when I first started working there, and I have kept these ever since. Now, one thing that you are going to need in America, and I don't know if this is all countries, but in America, you have to handwrite your resume. In Japan, what you do is, at the convenience stores or just a regular supermarket, they have these resume papers. Basically, what you need is a Japanese resume plain. And if you don't know how to say it, it's called direkisho. and you need that direkisho to go in, so they will want you to bring that. So basically, here's how you would get the job. I will link down in the description what job sites I think that are good, that foreigners or just people who are non-native Japanese could look for jobs for basically convenience stores. And I will link those down below. So if you want, you can go check those out below, and I will put the links, so go check those out. But what you want to do is, even if you know they're hiring, call them up on the phone, like get their phone number and say, "Are you hiring?" And then basically what you say is, "I would like a job here. Do you have any openings?" And if they say yes, we do, then they should ask you questions like, what days can you come in, and what times, and when do you want to do your interview. Now, interview in Japanese is mensetsu, but keep in mind that when you call, it's going to be all in Japanese. So that's what I said earlier, that you have to know basically basic Japanese, because you're going to have to call them and they're going to have to answer back in Japanese and say, "I would like a job here," and then you decide on what day you should go down there to do a mensetsu or interview. Now, when I was going to do my interview, I called up my friend who works at the thing because I didn't know anything. And so I asked her, like, what do we wear? So the number one thing is, you don't have to wear formal. For my job interview, I just went in a t-shirt and some jeans. And then I bought the rickshaw and the basically what I thought I would need, which is a pen and notebook. So I brought those things to the first day. Now I want to talk about what they will ask you at the interview. Now, it's not going to be all the same for questions, but I've written down some of the questions that they asked me when I first started, and then I got some questions from my friend who works at the other convenience store. And so I have them written down, and so I'm going to basically tell you guys some of them. Here are some of the questions that I got asked. So I will try to link all the questions down below. So if you want to know, if you have any questions, just comment down below and I will try to answer them. But here's the questions that they asked. They asked, have you ever worked before? Do you have any experience? Why do you want to work here? What do you think is the most important thing for when you work here? What is your favorite food or item in this Familymart? And those are just some of the things that they answered, or they asked, and there are many more, but honestly my interview was done in probably like 10 minutes, and then I was able to go home. So that is that. Now when you finally start to do it, for me it's always different. I actually have, I have a friend who works at the other convenience store, and then I have another friend who actually works at Familymart. I was asking her, so her Familymart that she works in is near a station, and mine is near a residential area, so they're kind of different. So she first started on the, like, what you learn first. Like, she first learned how to do the cashier, because they need cashiers because they're by the station. I learned how to do the stocking because they needed to do stocking. And now, because I've done it a little bit, I know how to do cashier and stocking both. But I learned how to do that first. Another thing to keep in mind is every convenience store, they pay different. So my friend's convenience store, the Familymart, they only pay 1,080 yen, which basically is $10.80 in US dollar. And at my work, I get paid $1,100 per hour, which is $11 per hour. Now, one of the things that I think are important for when you start a job is Japanese, or just in Japan, you're allowed to work from when you're in first year of high school, which is koichi. And when you if you're a foreigner, you're going to have this little thing on the back of your residence card that says that you can work for 28 hours. Now, I have a dependent visa, so I can work 28 hours a week. And I work 28 hours. Well, I don't work 28 hours. But for the first month that you are working, you will get your first paycheck. So, the Familymart paychecks, it's from we'll do October. It's from October 1st to October 31st, and then for that month, you will get paid on November 10th. On November 10th, you will get paid for the month before. So if you get paid in, if you get paid in October, if you get paid on October 10th, that'll be the money that you've earned from September 31st. Also, another thing that I think it's really good is when you get home from when you are working, when you get home, I suggest everything that you have written down in the small notebook that if they give you, take a regular other notebook and write it nicely and maybe in color, because at work I only have this pen. So when you get home, or write it in color so you basically can remember it and you can understand it easily. So I hope this helped you guys understand how to get a job in Japan as a foreigner. And if you have any questions, make sure to comment and I will try to reply to those. If there are any serious comments, I will try to make a video. If you guys have a lot more questions, I will try to make a video answering all those questions if you have questions. But thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe and push that little notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. I just realized that we hit over 100 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but I just want to thank you so much. It grew pretty quickly, and I just want to thank you because it's helping me want to post more. And I am so sorry, guys. The reason that I did not post last week was because I had a cold and my voice sounded like a frog. So I did not post because of that. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week in the next video. Bye!